All right, guys. So welcome back to the Imaxit YouTube channel. I'm your host JD. If you're new, please do smash that like button, share, and definitely subscribe. All right. Yes, as you saw by the title, we are going to be discussing some Reggae Boyz performances, especially in the FA Cup. We talked about them yesterday. We talked about a few players that we wanted answers from. We have gotten those answers. All right, so that's what we want to drop in. We saw a few persons already inside the Discord, or the comment section, I should say, which is Drew Ross, Sports City, which is Simon Preston, and also Float Management. So we're going to discuss it. We saw Bobby Reid scored yesterday. Kasey Palmer scored a worldie. Want people to put some respect on that man's name because we talked about him already. And then we saw Latibeaudiere keep on improving, moving from centre back to central midfield, and he's getting more reps in both positions, and he's looking a little bit more solid. So let me get straight over into the chopping up so we can actually put up you guys comments and stuff. All right, give me a second. Let me get that started. So as you come in, make sure to share the video, like, and do all of those great things. Thanks for the 9,240 at this point. Let me try and get it up way up. All right, yeah, man. So let me bring it up here. Yeah, man. Kasey Palmer is a good baller, man. A good baller. We talked about him yesterday, and people never wanted to give him his flowers, you know. Yeah, good quality player. Let me try and get the comments up. All right, Kasey goal, Bobby goal this weekend. All right, fair enough. I would say Kasey Palmer's goal take everything. You know, Kasey Palmer's goal, the way he took it up, and the way the distance he struck it from, and where it ended up, I would say, but Kasey Palmer took that one. But let we chop it up. Let me chop it up to explain how important those goals were towards the actual cause. All right, yes. So we had 3 games yesterday, which we talked about. Which is Brentford. Brentford is one versus Wolves. Wolves came in good form. Good form. They have been winning a lot of games. Even when I was actually in England, they battered Brentford in one of the games. Brentford could have scored a lot more, but obviously it showcased that their striking force that they do have at this point is kind of limited. They had a lot of chances in that game and ended up lost the game because Wolves were clinical, and Wolves have always known to be that type of team. All right, yes. So they continued to play well. So this should have been a revenge for Brentford, because Wolves went down a man very early in this game, and I don't think Brentford took advantage of it. I don't believe so. Let me know if you had watched it and what you thought about it. But I don't believe that Brentford took advantage of it. As you know, our boy was definitely one of the standouts as well. 7.4 in defense. You know, Ethan Pinnock is back to his ways. Collins is still terrible. All right, because Collins, I can tell you, he was injured and he came back from injury, and the man is struggling to get up to the pace of the Premier League, and likewise pretty much just football. So I don't know what he was doing in that time, but the man, oh my God, the man can give away create errors in the team. In around 3 games, he had actually created around 9 errors. So Collins, you need to get it together, because Ethan Pinnock alone can't do it, and my boy need to. He should return soon, so everything will be sorted with them. But Ethan Pinnock still put on his customary performance, which is a 7.4. We expected this from this man by now. This is the type of level he has. Sport City, I take my time, because I want to give everyone their credit, and that's how I do run the program. We just want to give everyone their credit. So Deshaun Bernard, we will come to him. 90 minutes played. Ethan Pinnock had 2 clearance, 1 interception, 3 tackles, 0 dribble pass, 4 of 4 ground duels, 1 of 1 aerial duel, and only last possession 4 times. In the 90 minutes, he had 81 passes, completed 77 out of the 81, which is 95%. Long balls, he completed all of his long balls, which is 6 of 6, and dribbles attempted 1 of 1. So that's just Ethan Pinnock for you. Very, very much efficient. Very, very much efficient. All right. Very, very much efficient. All right. So guys, for me, I like to talk about the players them, give you what I thought they did. Yes, I know everyone want to tell me what others did, but just give me a chance for me to express what I saw in the games. Yeah. All right. It is funny, it is funny until I come here and talk about the games. Then everyone want to talk about the players them, and when I'm actually relaxing and people just talking about election, madness, something else. You guys never talk about the players them. So it's like you guys just want to take, all right, you know what? I'm going to give you guys a job. I'm going to give you guys a job. All right. So you guys watch all the games and that should be about it. So we have a lot of people here, A lot of people commented, but none of you guys hit the like button. So what that tells me? That tells me that, and you guys want to talk about all the players then before I even get on it. So that means you want to take over the job. So guess what? I am not going to waste much time. I think I'm going to cut this in a 15 minutes program. Just say it out and just leave. All right. Yeah, man. Because I'm not seeing nothing reflecting as to how I want it. Oh, Lord. Big up yourself, Coach. Thanks for being here. Chris Smith, massive respect. Thanks for being here. Any words as to what happened with Johnson Clark Harris? Considering we without us forward. But I've said to you, Devon O'Connor, yesterday I've answered that question. As to my knowledge, they tried to contact him a lot of times, but maybe things never worked out the right way. All right. I'm not gonna do 2 hours here because yesterday I said a thing. You can't be here and you don't support the program. And I should be here for 2 hours. And if we finish talk about the players them, we're pretty much done. Coach, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Know yourself. Thanks for being here. Massive, massive respect. All right. Mr. United, hope all is well with you and the family and everything. All right. Yeah, man. So for me, Ethan Pinnock, he had a 7.4 year. For me, Ethan Pinnock gets higher than that. I think Ethan Pinnock was very much instrumental. He was pretty much very over his normal performance. I would give Ethan Pinnock a 8 in this game. 8 in this game. I think he was one of our standouts for this week. He was immense in this game. Immense and showcase his quality. All I think Ethan Pinnock wants on a daily basis is just a next player that is actually solid beside him. Just do your normal job and everything will be okay. Because you expect him to do his job as well. Once you have Collins that pretty much came in on a bad form, it's very hard for him to keep up his level, because you have to be fighting. You have to be playing for Collins and also for yourself. That is not easy to play, easy to do in the Premier League level, It's not easy at all. It's not easy. So, Ethan Pinnock, 8 for me, 8. Yes, well, Mr. Man, they are going to always do that. I don't know why. And JD loves Ethan Pinnock bad. That's what Dan says. They never watched the game. I took my time and watched the games and coming to give him my information. So all you need to do is just go and watch the game yourself, and then you will come back here and let me know the honest truth. But you're not going to be honest. I know that. Brian Mighty, happy New Year, man. Hope all is well with you and the family. All right. Yes, these people, they want to rush my programs and then also cuss when I'm not here. Saying I'm taking too much time off. All right. Sports City JD for you a 7.0 rating and up is a good question or 7.5. No. That's why we don't just use the ratings here. What we normally do is watch the games and see what happens. Because look, if you get 3 big chances missed in front of goal and you never kicked it. It happened a few times with Leon Bailey as well. Never kicked the ball and then it does not register as a big chance. So if he did like 3 out of 4 dribbles or so, it can still give you a high rating for contribution, but not necessarily tell you that you failed big time. And if he had kicked the ball, he would have gotten a way lower rating than the actual one that he got. So sometimes you have to kind of combine it with the actual eye test as well, to make sure you see every one of that means at least the key players them that played the games. So that's what I've been doing from day one on YouTube, because I have to watch the games them, and right at this point a lot of my fan base watches these games. So once I'm here, they naturally help me with some of the players them, what they did in those games. So that's how we used to evaluate it. But Ethan Pinnock, I was watching the game, and that's why I said that I gave him higher than even what they gave him there. You know? Yes. So I know it makes sense, but hope it's clear enough there, big boss. Um, it's not no negative comment today. No, Dan, no, there's no negative today. We have all positives on the card. All right. Big up yourself, Travis. How you doing, man? Hope all is well with you and the family. Yeah, man. All right. JD, you hear the interview with Redman? You think he will come? I don't. I know. I've never heard it. Just send it to me, and I will check it out. Because I was busy taking information in from yesterday. So, anyways, Ethan Pinnock, 8 I gave him. Let me know yours when you have rewatched this video. All right. Yes. So we have this one now. We had 2 Reggae Boyz in this one, because remember we heard about Lembikisa going back to Wolves because they wanted him to go to West Brom, or at least West Brom wanted him based on how he was performing. So we were waiting, because we heard news that he already went back to Wolves, but to my knowledge this is not the case as yet. Because he featured yesterday. Which I thought that both him and Bobby Reid made good accounts for themselves. Bobby Reid, obviously, Bobby Reid is very experienced at this point, so it helps him to go through games. He gives you offense, he gives you defense, and his knowledge of positioning is just very, very good. I think that's where his game has taken a different level. I think his reading of the game is that might be just the most elite part of his game. His ability to fit in different positions and lead it with the knowledge base. Maybe he doesn't have the extreme offense as everyone, or the extreme defense as the best person in the position, but he will always give you above the actual standard. And I do believe that this is his ability week in, week out. And he did the same thing in this game. They were playing Rotterdam. Rotterdam didn't have their best. It's not their best season, because they're not doing the greatest in the championship. All right. Yes. So we expected Fulham to be the strong one coming in. Fulham defeated Arsenal. Same Bobby Reid and notched that major goal to send home the big gunners. You know. Yes. So he continued his form here based on performance as well. All right. So Bobby Reid, as you saw here, had a goal in the game, which we talked about. Played the entire 90, touches 54 on the day, completed 36 of 41, which is 88% passing accuracy. Crosses, 2 cross tried, 0 completed, 1 long pass, not completed shot, the same one that scored, 2 off target as well, 0 dribbles attempted, ground duels 0 of 1, aerial duels 0 of 1, possession lost 12 times, and 1 clearance he had in this game. All right, so Bobby Reid right there got a 7.3 for the overall game. For me, I would give him the balance, the balance score that we normally give him, like maybe the 7 flat. I think the goal pushed him over a little bit, but he was better than the normal. That's what I expected from him, the normal customary performance in his position. We have Lembikisa here with a 6.5. Lembikisa, I thought he was slightly better than the 6.5 right there, but not far from the 6.5, maybe 6.6. Yes, so the kid is just keep on growing, and he doesn't look completely out of place, and that is always important. So you can keep on getting more respect to either go at a different level or stay in this club and keep on getting that experience. So if Wolves, which is doing very well, decides that they're going to take him back early, he becomes a part of the system, which is a very good system at Wolves. All right, so Lembikisa is still back. He's still back. He's still at Rotterdam at this point. Yes. So let me put the goal right here for Bobby Reid. All right. All of all right. Best of Issa Latibeaudiere. Once Bobby is fit, he should always be selected. He should always be selected. Fair enough. But I think Bobby Reid has cemented himself as a person that turns up for whatever the reason you want him for. Exactly as the clubs them use him as well. You know, because against Canada, he was always a part of the stop Alphonso Davies down the line campaign. Because obviously Alphonso Davies cut it in and took advantage of cutting in right there. So he still did what he could to some extent. All right. Yes. So that clearly shows you that Bobby Reid is a person you use for anything that you're short on in the national team. Bobby Reid is always that guy that you can rely on to get back something out of him, you know, plus giving you what he came on the field to give you. So you have to give him his respect right there. JD, I took the time to watch Lewis Baker for Stoke today. He is nothing special, or maybe he had a half game. Okay, all right, no problem, Lee Young. I will get to Lewis Baker. I never had him on my paper because he's not playing for Jamaica at this point, and maybe don't have the interest, or I never heard anything building up as well. Daniel Johnson played in that game, so Daniel Johnson will be talked about. All right, yeah. Richie Royalty, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Massive respect. Yeah, man. Guys, as I come in, remember to hit the like button, share, and definitely subscribe. All right. Yes. So we went through 3 of the players them. So let me move to Mr. Kasey Palmer, because we keep on talking about. No, before we go to Kasey Palmer, let me talk about Shalorai playing Mets. We had our boy Shamar Nicholson yesterday. Shamar Nicholson continued his solid stance in France. We have to keep on giving him his respect. All right, his link-up play keep on proving me correct as to the type of player he is, and I think he's gonna get a good club to go to right after this finishes. I don't think he's gonna re-sign to this club, because this club will get relegated. I slightly believe that, and I don't think he wants to go down to League 2, you know. So Shamar Nicholson, another solid game for him, a solid game for him. I would just wish people run off of him more constant, you know, because the problem is sometimes it's too few and far. So when he's trying an opposite trick, like for instance, if he wants to run behind and confuse the defense line, it's kind of becoming predictable, because the amount of space in between him and the runners that he should lay it off to. Once they're closer to him, it's a nightmare, because he's doing well with having the ball. So it's a nightmare. So kudos to Shamar Nicholson. You keep on doing a good job. You keep on impressing me. I don't know about anyone else, but he keeps on impressing me. All right. Yes. So in the game he played 80 minutes. He had 3 shots off target. All right. Dribbles. Go and look at the game yourself. Dribbles tried 2, completed 1. Touches 48 and completed 82% of his passes, which is 31 of 38. 2 key passes created, and the cross not completed. 2 of the 2 long balls connected. Ground duels had 3 of 6 completed, and aerial duel had 1 of 4 completed. Last possession 11 times, and that is just solely down to the link up, not necessarily him wasting the balls. All right. Yes, was fouled twice right there, and he had a 7.3 on his rating. I would say the 7.3 is actually just, maybe even 7.5, because he was the constant threat in the game. Constant threat. So if Jim and Mohammed would have gotten closer to him, and even Chi Konate running overlapping, I think they can create more danger. So let we see as they continue the team continue to perform slightly better. That doesn't mean they are a seriously good team, but once it starts to perform slightly better, I think he's going to be more expansive and be more productive as to the score lines or the goals contribution that you guys always talk about. I think so. 7.5 I will give Shamar. So I think Shamar keeping up his end of his bargain. He has pretty much, we have to say, on the rating side, he has been incredible since he went there. All right. Yes. Don't say I'm overhyping Shamar. Just go and watch the game for yourself. Bobby Reid, very experienced player, a player knowledgeable about the game. McCallum, big up yourself. Nicholson should go to Brentford if Ivan Toney leaves. He can't just leave, go to somewhere. They have to want him. But I would say it's not a year ago when we heard the rumors about Everton and stuff. I would say it was further half, and he proved to me. He went to Russia and he showcased that he still had positions that he couldn't play properly. So he was still learning his game. Learning his craft, I should say. And now I can say that he is much more prepared to go to locations like that and do something. Whether he's going to be a starting player, I don't know, but he's much more prepared to go there and do something. Would like to see Shamar at Everton. I still think it would have been hard for him to start. I think it might be slightly easier for him to start at Brentford than Everton. Due to the fact that Brentford has a big injury and Ivan Toney would have left. You understand me? So he could have come in and actually be one of the main starters at this time. Buemo is still injured, so you have to wait on him to fully recover. All right? Yes. So that is Shamar Nicholson. So let me pull up back into the FA Cup. All right, we had Hutchinson progresses. Yes, Hutchinson progresses. All right, that is a nice one. Hutchinson, Steam Ipswich defeated Wimbledon 3-1. All right, so he was a starter in the game, came off. Yes, but they were still winning, so it's a good position, and it's a next game for him to keep and make up the numbers. All right, because he had a target, and I'm hoping that he does hit his target some point of this season. All right, I think it's a little bit high, but he has his target for his own reasons, and I do believe that he's one of the best performers as to what Chelsea left out. And we're going to touch on Chelsea as well, because we have a lot of information coming in from Chelsea, so it's definitely good. All right, Slonina from United States and Hutchinson is the two best performers as loanees for Chelsea, so that is good. All he can do is just to beef up his actual transfer market numbers. All right, so he can make himself out there as a more household name, and I think if he continues on this part, he will clearly maybe close if not past the 10 million mark at the end of the year, which is a big jump. He jumps from 1 million to closer to 10 million within a year because of getting more football, which is always good. On my way back from Coventry City to the game today, I would definitely say that Palmer is much better player than Lati. Okay. All right, Leroy Smart. You can get on YouTube, but you can't get on your own phone. All right, well, I can tell you. All right, so anyways, now Latibeaudiere and Kasey Palmer. Kasey Palmer came back. Kasey Palmer just continues. We talked about him, and I said I strongly believe that he is better than everybody that we have. He is better than everybody that we have, and people keep beating me. He's better than everybody that we have, and people keep beating me. But I have to be honest to myself. I think the kid is a quality player. If we don't get the Gibbs White, them and those guys, or Hutchinson come in and Hutchinson continues to improve, I think Kasey Palmer is the best attack cam we can actually use. the best natural cam we can actually use. I don't think none of the other guys are close to better than him. This guy is just injury. It's just injury stopped him. All right, he came in and he keeps on pushing. All right, he came back straight from injury. When he came for Jamaica, he brought the same energy. It just took time. It would have just taken time for the whole team to kind of fit in with him. All right, yes, and I think he's going to be one of the first names on this on the team sheet coming back to Jamaica. All right, yes, and this form that he has, I would definitely welcome him in the Jamaican squad. All right. Yes, Ravel in training, but Ravel still ain't better than Kasey Palmer, my brother. You understand me? Kasey Palmer is better than everybody that we have. And once he's fit, he's going to be back in the team. And I think he's going to be a big hit with the Reggae Boyz as well. Because he started off well, and he would have continued to do well in the other games if he never had the injury. So let me see if we can make injuries stay further from him, and that would be a good one. No, shadow striker, I don't know what you're talking about. Ravel ain't better than Kasey Palmer, brother. I'm very sorry to tell you, but Kasey Palmer is better than all of them. All right? Yes, Kasey Palmer is better than all of them. We have to be honest to ourselves. If we talk about potential, who had the higher ceiling back then, Kasey Palmer had a ridiculous high ceiling as well, you know. All right? Kasey Palmer had a ridiculous high ceiling as well. So I think you guys need to go back in history and check both of them history as well. And don't just be biased. You heard Ferdinand talked about Ravel, how incredible he is. Kasey Palmer had the same set of raving reports about him. All right, raving reports. Skyward said Kasey not ready, bro. All right, no problem. The good thing about me, Skywards, Curtin the boss, I am always here telling you about players from day one, and you guys kept telling me who is not ready from who is ready. And every single damn one of them that I've said is ready, you guys took your word back. All right, and I can tell you, Kasey Palmer should be one of the easier ones them for me to convince you. All right. I think you've forgotten how good. No, Shadow Striker. This is what I do. I'm saying Kasey Palmer is better than Ravel. It is better than Ravel. Is better than Ravel. We are talking today is the 6th of January 2024. If he's not better than Ravel today, he should retire from football. He should retire from football. And listen to the words. Listen to the sentence, how it was constructed. He is better than Ravel. He is better than Ravel. So I don't know which other way you want me to put it. You want me to pull it back to 6 years ago? I can't do so. I'm talking about now. All right? Yes. Good Lord, give the man his credit. So he had another goal today, and he consistently put in the shifts, and that's what we want for the Jamaica Reggae Boyz players. He came back, and he came back with a bang, as you could see. He came straight back, and he had a goal against Sunderland, 3-0. He had an assist against Sheffield Wednesday, had an assist against Swansea, and he never had anything against Coventry, and then came back and had a goal against Oxford. All right, I was looking for our boy Greg Lee, but I don't see him, so more likely maybe he's injured or something, but I will check that up as well. So all of his games, in his last 5 games, he had goals contribution. So he's one of the most informed player, just coming straight back from injury. All right, yes. And then we had our boy Latibeaudiere. Latibeaudiere fluctuating from the defense line to midfield. All right, today he had a goal again, and it was a solid performance from him. Trying to get the score for them, but I have not gotten the score right there. But for Kasey Palmer had a good game overall. I think Kasey Palmer would get a 7.5 for me based on his overall threat and link-up play. His eye for his controlling and how fast he can see the pass. Either he's going to dribble towards making the decision on the right time, or make the decision quick and snappy, and it's equally as effective. So he opens up space for a lot of people in the team. 7.5. Latibeaudiere gets a 7 for me. Still think that sometimes he can be a little bit sluggish and get caught out. All right, still think that is possible. Love all the Jamaicans players performing. Yeah, man, a lot of people performing. All right, a lot. I know Dujan Sterling a long time. Dan, I've done a video on Dujan Sterling 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. All right, I don't need to just pick up players because I'm trying to make up the numbers in my team. If they are not playing or close to playing, it's hard for me to put them in it. You understand me? Yes. Will Grimm play Palmer in his correct position? I don't know, you know. But the good thing is, you know, what our vibes Palmer can actually play central forward as well. He can play central forward as well. All right? Yes, he can play central forward. Well, Skyward's curtain boss. I think majority of the people in the world wouldn't agree with you, and they have their eyeballs as well. They have their eyeballs as well. So maybe you just have your way or you evaluate football, and other people have their ways or they evaluate football. But the people in power, they evaluate football and they put the price on them. And I can tell you, nobody on planet Earth paying more for Kasey, paying more for Ravel than Kasey Palmer for the last 4 years. Even with his injury, for the last 4 years, he ain't paying more for Ravel than Kasey Palmer. So, and that, remember, I am a high talker for Ravel, you know. I'm a high talker of Ravel, but I'm not going to lie to you. Remember, I want Jamaica to win at the same time. Kasey Palmer brings energy, class, actual passing range, footballing, education. The only thing stops him is injury. All right? Just as how we make a bunch of excuses for Liam Bailey when they play, they need better players beside them. The pitch needs to be better. They have injuries. Why are we trying to just always find, oh, him not good? So no so one time me watch Liam Bailey and me say, boy, me not impressed with that brother. Me no know what you seeing. And look how you get upset with me. So, but me, I had a way bigger sample size to make that decision. You understand me? But you are making that decision and not just seeing the man play 2 times when he was better than the other people that want to praise and make excuse from. He was better than him in the both games. But yet still him not good, and then the next one him good. Me not understand the metric. One thing I'm glad of, we are not the ones picking the team. I am glad of that, because the people that we claim to say is just far superior, boy, we are lying to ourselves. All right? We are lying to ourselves. All right? So Kasey Palmer and Latibeaudiere on the listing. Hutchinson, 6.5. 6.5 for Hutchinson. Decent. Maybe need to just continue pushing. All right. Yes. Deshaun Bernard was on my list as well. So let me start talking about Deshaun Bernard. Maps and Tilt did play for their club. So we could talk about but we don't have to get to that. We just stay on Deshaun Bernard, and then we go on you guys hero. You know? Yeah. JD, that's not because of Ravel quality. It's because of his behavior and attitude. Ravel is better than Palmer, hands down for me. Well, no problem. Well, I think nobody will say that today. And I've said Kasey Palmer is better than Ravel. So tell me that every club would have, you know what, Coventry, go and sign Ravel today. Because Ravel better than Kasey Palmer. And I know it's not going to happen. Because I said something. So, hold on. We can evaluate something. So, okay, Ravel better than Kasey Palmer. So, you can take up Ravel today and put him in Coventry, and he does better than Kasey Palmer. God damn, Kevin, me can't agree with that. I am not going to agree with that. Ravel, we don't even know what Ravel doing. You know? We don't even know what Ravel doing. We know what Kasey Palmer doing today. All right? Mighty, me not have the thing connect yet. Yes, so I can't take the call in them as yet, bossy. Alright? So me don't know how me gonna do that. Let me open the discard. I'm gonna open the discard so people can come in, alright? And give their take. 1 second. Because me not have the call in. Yes, Yeah, me I open the discard right now. Give me a second, bosses. Give 1 second. Give me a second. Yo, the man them turn every stream in a war, you know, man. Even when me come here with a full positive vibes, you know. Man, just turn it into a war. Alright, so guys, as you come in, please do hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Hopefully we can stop on the hour, so we don't have to turn this into a war show and spoil the show, alright? Because I had only good intentions, but I'm just showing you how we are hypocritical at times. You know? Yes. Alright, so the link is right there. I've opened the Discord. Let me pin the link. Alright, let me pin the link, guys. Alright, so link is pinned. Let me set up the Discord so because Brian want to come in. 1 second, Brian. 1 second. Just give me a second. Let me sort it out. Let me sort out the Discord. Alright, call in. So the Discord can come here. Alright. Discord. Alright, so Brian's supposed to hear me now. Brian, you hear me now, bossy? Mighty, you hear me?
Yeah, man, I'm hearing you. You
All
heard
right,
me?
good. Yeah, man. Me I hear good. Yeah, sorry about that with the calling. I just threw
Yeah,
the
man, don't worry
card
about
of
it,
a
man. At
problem.
least, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
blessed New Year to you and the family, bro.
yeah, man. It's
Um,
a rough one, man. A rough one. A beer. What you call it? Flu. I go around the whole place. It's still a mash me
oh,
up, you
yeah.
know.
Yeah, I know them, with them, man. But speedy recovery, I think, you know.
Yeah,
Hope
man. Respect
everything
and
goes
thank.
well and, you know,
Yeah, man.
all the
I
best.
can't complain. I can't complain, bossy. I think we have one of the best time. Just the same, even though me actually sick. Best time with the family and everything, you know. So I can't complain, man. Respect and thanks, yeah.
Yeah, some of you listen to discussion. I've been listening to discussion for a while.
Yeah.
Um, I left and then I came back when we were talking about Kasey Palmer.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, you know, say, to be honest, even though he has not played a lot, but I don't know. I think Kasey Palmer one of my favorite players. I always think same should be in and around the Jamaica setup. Even from the time when he made his debut against USA, I thought that he was a quality player. But for some reason or the other, he wasn't being selected. I think when he was at Birmingham, the manager there too was saying that he was lazy and he wasn't working hard and he left and went to Coventry. Obviously, they didn't think that he's lazy at Coventry because I think he signed a 3-year contract there when he went. Um, and outside of when he's injured, he's actually been playing and playing well. I think he's one of those players that are underrated. In
Mm-hmm.
terms of from a Jamaican perspective. Um, I think like even Daniel Johnson too, them do get the opportunity to play their natural position because when Daniel comes here and play like a box to box, I think at his club he play more of an attacking midfield, number 10. So kind of different. But I understand sometimes the limitations you have with national teams and squad compositions, sometimes players may be forced to do a job that is required and is not always in their preferred position. Um me
So
like
no,
Rafael Morrissey too.
before you go, I know you want to do the comparison stuff, but before you go there, you don't think say we as Jamaicans should evaluate the players them different because remember a lot of we beat Bobby Reid and I remember the last time when we played Canada in Jamaica Bobby Reid and Oni Fisher had a defensive job to do and nobody gave him his credit and in the same in the next the last outing which is Jamaica and Canada Bobby Reid had the same defensive job to do on Alphonso Davis again but still did his defensive duty and still his offensive duty so you think that we are watching the football or we're just watching to say if we salad and pile a guy, that is when we are going to truly give them their credit?
Yeah, I think and it's not just Jamaicans alone. I think by and large, when football fans look at the games, generally they look at the things that are the fancy stuff. I think some of the things that matters a little bit more are not given much attention. Um, so things like interceptions and accurate passes and constantly tracking your marker or the defensive work is not so much viewed or praised. by footballing fans in general. So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes the players that do that start of work, they don't get as much credit as others. So we kind of understand that still. So most times I'm not necessarily skewed by those type of reasonings because kind of look on the football from a wider perspective too. Um, and the truth be told, I think Bobby Reid is a quality football player, brother. First and foremost, Bobby Reid is playing for Fulham in a British country. He's a black man. If he never have the quality, them would have sure try find somebody else long time.
Mm-hmm.
So just them little thing they look upon and know say. And also in the professional football settings realm, managers and coaches and stuff, them now look at nepotism or friendship or likings. Them want win football match and compete. So them will always try to find players who them think can help them to win football match and compete.
Mm-hmm.
And by and
Facts,
large,
facts.
Bobby Reid has been consistently playing for Fulham. I mean, as is every player, sometimes him have a half day or half time, but once he's fit, him normally always in the Fulham team, starting or
Yes.
coming off the bench
Or maybe the
and getting
captain as
quality
well too.
minutes. Yeah, and even that too. So yeah. So me not really kind of. I mean, and sometimes, like me say, players will have them time. There was a time Bobby Reid missed a simple goal, and many people were saying him should pull up for Jamaica again. But me see players who born in Jamaica miss them goal, and I wanna say that too. So sometimes we think we're a little bit biased. Not that way. I really hate on the overseas born Jamaicans or whatever. But it's just like a natural thing. So you're more likely to show compassion and leniency to people who you can relate to a little bit more.
Thank you very much.
So
Thank you very much.
I kind
But
of understand that point
but
too.
Brian, is that a thing? Because remember when you say that, no, it make it look bad for me, because me I come from the same place. So is it that true me in the country for so long, me kinda can resonate to more people? Is it that's what you're saying? Because me know it,
No,
me
but
know people say that.
because no, but remember, no, it's different. So you have been living overseas for a while too. So you tend to be more like if you have a different perspective. As remember, let's for example, a person born and grown in Jamaica, live Jamaica all their life. It is likely that most things them will have one perspective unless they were influenced by something else like reading or watching news or anything in other information them gather. Then you have a next person now who born in Jamaica, live there for a particular time, go to a different country, different jurisdiction, different culture, live there for a particular time. Most times, whenever situation presents itself, them have two view, and and so you find that it's possible in most instances, or let me say, they should be more balanced in them view and perspective on things.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
but you can't really blame people too if them up based on just having um like one perspective on a particular situation
Mm-hmm.
because of them upbringing. I think a person's upbringing will impact them decision making process. So
I like the way you put it right there, but look at that now. Look at how you put it. But listen to this one now. So
oh no.
with a nowadays era, where in which the internet have a strong influence on that, and obviously majority of the people on the internet could be perceived as maybe it's mixed, but they are still impactful. So with that said now, so for instance, what if it's all local persons on the internet really making a push towards forcing a decision? So for instance, the coaches them for U20s and the main team. Because now the internet is very much important and can force out people out of clubs and out of jobs. So no, you said that the guys them can only resonate to the Manico players and the JPL players them. So that's what
No,
them
not to
want.
all
No, no,
resonate.
no,
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 not
no, no,
only,
no, no.
but
No, I'm just saying resonate. I use the word resonate, but me using expert as an example. Me never say you say that. Me never say that.
No, man,
But
you know what I just say. It is a common fact thing, bro, that it natural fit, it natural just alright. Let's look at it that way. Sure, we go play pick up football. We go in our space, or we go somewhere where they are foreign. Let's say we come to Belgium. Come play pick up football. Me and my three friend them and my three brother them. Up on the football field and we're up on the same team. I get a ball, most time, me I go try to get the ball to somebody who me more familiar with. Because me can more relate to them. Now, maybe after a while, I start playing, I realize, say, yo, the money I know no good in the brother. I'm not getting the ball. The money over here so better, or can help me to win. So, me will pass more ball, give them, or me will be more inclined to not just give my friend them or people who know ball. A similar thing to national teams and stuff. Persons, them a little bit more compassionate to the people them who them can resonate with. As if you look on it, bro, I mean, you have seen situations where players who were born in Jamaica, them get more support than players who were not. Even if both of them are in the same situation. So you have a player from born in Jamaica and miss a goal. Have a player who come from Belgium or anywhere else, he miss a goal, he more like if you get more criticism and censure. So me not think is but me not agree with it, but me kinda understand it. So it not really have that much of an impact on me. Because me can identify it and know so yo this will take place, alright. Move
yeah.
on and look at something different or in a really impact how me think about the game, if you get what me I say.
All right, fair enough, fair enough. Guys, if you just come in, we are almost a clear hour, and we have not even passed 100 likes in the video. So this definitely it tells me that you only can resonate to the local players them. So we have to find some local players to put in the FA Cup for actually talk about them. All right.
But you were making a point earlier about Ravel and
Yes,
I don't
yes,
know if
yes.
you
More want if you
somebody
continue on that part. But after this, tell them. And once you guys done, I'm pretty much done. I'm not go 2 hours, because I don't think so.
yeah.
We have the 2 hour content. Yeah, but go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, so Ravel is a player who me like to see play too. Like me genuinely like to see him play because I think him have good ability and him can help the team. But if you just call a speed, brother, if me I run a football club and football is a business, and I want to do well in our business, and two people come, Ravel Morrison and Kasey Palmer, I'm not picking Ravel over Kasey Palmer. Because it should show me that Ravel possibly now can stay at my club for one season. For whatever reason, he might have an issue where it cause me and him to fall out or him and the organization and he might just move. So me not know if me not trust him if we can build a system around him. So yeah, maybe if me I play pick up football and whatever, yeah, maybe. But if me are in a professional football business, there's no way. And it just showing, brother, Ravel Morrison's played for a myriad of clubs, and him not even reached, him not 35 yet. And he played for so many clubs. And most of these clubs, majority of them, don't spend more than one season there.
Facts,
Um,
facts.
his latest fiasco was with the MLS. He went to the MLS. He was brought to the MLS by an English coach who coached him a season before at Derby. And
Yes,
he and him used to play together at Manchester United. And him
yes.
have great admiration for him. But for whatever reason, the coach never felt that him could do what he want in a football team. Now, maybe the coach was wrong, Maybe he was, or maybe he wasn't. But as I said, there were many other coaches in many other clubs, in many other leagues that had him there. And for whatever the reason is, him and them had to part ways. Now, at a certain point, you have to start look on the common denominator, brother. Him is the common denominator. Whatever it is now, maybe him change now, or maybe this is the time to say, yo, him have a change and whatever. But bro, this and even before he went to the MLS, he was playing for Derby. And Derby was relegated. There are How much club in the championship? 22 club or 23 club, I think.
Or
I think
maybe
there's 23
I
clubs.
think no, I think you go one shot. I think I mean at 24. Hold on, but let me just make sure. I think at 24. Hold on
Them
to
play,
make sure.
no, man,
Yeah.
them play 44. Them play 44 games in the season,
Yes,
I
so
think.
either 22 or 24. Hold on. May I go get it,
Either
man? No.
way,
Yes,
either
we
way,
have
them have 20 plus clubs in the championship. 20 plus
yeah,
clubs in the
24,
championship.
24, 24, 24 as well.
All right, 24 clubs in the championship, and there are 20 clubs in the Premier League. And Ravel, he was a standout player for Derby, did a lot of good things. At one point, if it wasn't for the point deduction, them probably would have stayed up in the competition and whatever. And none of those clubs saw it fit offer him a contract that he was probably satisfied with or would have signed for. He had to leave England where he was born, where he grew, and travel all the way to the MLS. And he only spent one season in the MLS, and then him have to find a new home or him have to seek a new club. And the coach in the MLS, like I said, coached him at Derby, brought him with him from England to the Americas. They went to great lengths to get him his permit and things because he could travel to the America. But they must would have had to do something to get him into the MLS. And now him just fall by the wayside. Now, yes, him up, and me would agree that maybe pound for pound he's probably a more talented footballer than Kasey Palmer. But I would put it to you that Kasey Palmer is a much more successful professional footballer than Ravel. We can't.
I would agree, you know, I would agree, and the part that he said, the more talented, I think both of the, I think it's the only player that I would say even their histories coming up and how highly they are rated. I think he was the player that can compete with him based on how people talk on him and talk about how because of them getting himself in problems. Kasey Palmer slight less than Ravel Morrison, and then the injuries added to it what was his downfall. So yeah, man, I totally understand and well said. We had around two more players that I wanted to patch in. Deshaun Bernard had a next good game. Deshaun Bernard, yes, he's definitely doing good. Even the other day when they had a red card, he keeps on putting it up. Maps and Tilt, they were okay. Maps was slightly worse off than Tilt, yes. So always Tilt, I don't know. You know, I don't know why Tilt will never get a look in, but that's okay. And he's a left-sided centre back that we don't have.
Yeah. So I think
Yeah,
I think it's a
go
bit
ahead.
unfortunate for Tilt. I think he came and he had that one game or maybe two games. I don't know, but maybe two games or one game, but never stand out. I think by and large, you can say not a fan favorite. I think coming back to play for Jamaica, I think him being signed into League Two hasn't helped his chances as well.
Yeah,
Based on what
but
this
but Brian, him and Till up on the same team, you know. I play the same position, you know, the same time.
Maps,
Him and Maps up on the same,
Maps,
yeah, Maps up on the same
yes,
team. I play the same time, the
yeah,
same place.
yeah, but but so here the thing now, why I think Maps was given a edge over him. So Maps would have been a long-standing reggae boy, you know.
Yeah.
And at that time, the coach probably trusted his ability and looked at his body of work for Jamaica and felt that once he's in a professional system and doing well, him can call him to do a job. Now, when you look on Tilt, he is an unproven international football player. And so it is less likely that a coach will take a chance on him as opposed to Maps, based on the fact that Maps was already in the system and would have been a proven international player. Also, so me can understand the point perspective there. I think it's a little bit unfortunate for him. But I'm not too critical of that perspective if that's the reason why he wasn't selected. Deshaun Bernard, I've been watching him for a while now. In the championship since he signed to Sheffield Wednesday, name? Yeah.
Sheffield Wednesday,
Sheffield
but I
Wednesday.
always mix it up with Sheffield United. But it's the
Yeah,
same thing for
Sheffield
me.
Wednesday. Um, I think, and I even heard pundits or commentators, they were talking him up about him being on the eyes of some teams in the Premier League. So that's always a good thing. I think if you're playing in the Championship and your name is being mentioned in Premier League clubs, it means that you're doing something well.
Yeah.
And I hope that him get the opportunity. What I wouldn't want though is for him to go into an environment where, because now he's playing week in, week out, and
Yes.
him getting the opportunity to learn and to improve and to develop.
Yes.
I
Don't
wouldn't
go
want a
back in the same
situation where,
position from Manchester United.
yeah, so I wouldn't want that for him. But I think, but me between him and his agent and his handler, I think if them can find the right fit for him, it would be good for him and good for Jamaica too, but more importantly for him as a professional footballer. In the times I've seen him play for Jamaica, I think him have a really good attitude in terms of just him whole deportment on the field and how him go about in game. Him look like one of those persons who have a good attitude, a good professional attitude.
Yeah.
Um, and I haven't necessarily heard much bad things being said about it. I mean, you have people who have their own views and stuff, but by and large, whenever I've heard his name mentioned or whenever I've seen him play, he's always looked like a solid defender.
All right.
I don't know if Sheffield Wednesday would make it to the Premier League.
No,
That's
they ain't
left to
going
be
to.
seen.
They're literally third from bottom, but he's definitely
Yeah, so
he's an integral part to keep them in the runnings, to keep them up. Because I want next win they can jump from the third from bottom position up in the table. So it's very close between the teams them right
yeah,
there, around 4 teams. Yeah.
yeah. So hopefully at the end of this season, him probably will get an opportunity to play with one of those teams that are vying for a Premier League spot or probably one of the promoted teams or something. I don't know, but hopefully somebody will see his worth and he will be consistent and injury free. I'm looking forward and I'm hopeful that he'll be a part of um the Nations League and the Copa America squad. And who knows what can happen from there.
All right, so this is the final point before I bring in everyone, because after this, I'm just going to take statements from everyone, and then we can either continue or close it off. So Chelsea played today. Chelsea won 4-0. Obviously, Jaxie is not there. We heard the last time, you guys told me on the last stream that hopefully Whisper can get a game on the team. So I've collected a lot of data just to show you. Remember they have injuries and people gone to the African Cups of Nation, which I'm going to cover as well on my next channel. So it's good for you know that I'm collecting information on all sides. So I've brought up a player here, David Washington. He came up from U21s. He's playing U21s. As I saw, his market value is almost 10 million. So he was one of those players that people expect good things from. So he's a highly rated young kid. Yeah. So he's 18 years old. 18 years old. So he was one of them that they brought in the numbers. I am not even sure if Whisper is actually at Chelsea after leaving in the Christmas period. So for the fans that wanted me to research those information, I am not even sure. You get me? But this is what I'm trying to say to you. Say, it's going to be very difficult. Chelsea is a place that a lot of people, a lot of people, and it depends on the position where you play, because he's a striker. Whisper is not a striker, as what I've said to you. He's not a striker, so they went for a striker in that position to put in the field. And I can tell you, when the Premier League time comes around, he's going to be there as well. You get me? So it tells me that exactly as how I evaluated it, it will have to work that way. So Jackson leaving will not impact if Whisper can make the main team or not, because he's not. They don't play the same position. So that is just for the Whisper fans that came yesterday and said Jackson left, so he can make it. Aside from me not sure that he's there, he doesn't play the same position as Jackson. So he has to rival Madueke, Nkunku, to somewhat. Nkunku is a central forward, winger, and also a striker. So to somewhat, Raheem Sterling, Cole Palmer, Mudryk, those are the guys that he has to rival, and also the ones them down on the pecking order as well, because I don't think he is the best player of the actual 28-man list. So clear after 28-man list, I don't think he's the best young talent there. Like the best young talent after the 28-man. So the Washington and those guys, they're highly rated kids. All right. So those are the ones that are going. He has to compete with rather than just come in over them. So we are not talking Hutchinson and those guys. We're talking the
Yeah,
plethora
so
of young kids
JD,
that came
Christian,
in. All right. Yes. No. No. I just want to clear it
JD,
up, because a lot of people can't. They struggle to comprehend what you're saying. So I want to make sure I clear it up. To make sure.
this
Yeah.
player is coming from the U21, you said, right?
Yeah, man, yeah, man, yeah, man. But he's a Brazilian, He's a Brazilian. But he plays in the U21 as well, as you can see. I'm gonna bring up the U21. He played. See, he played
It's
in the 17.
something.
He played the
Yeah.
17th, he played the 20th, U21. He made the bench 3 times already in the Premier League. Watch it, 3 times right here. He made the bench at the EFL. So he's always the striker that they are looking at to bring in on the back of the other ones, Embroya and Jackson, for the time being. But he's a young kid that is highly rated. And I think he's gonna break through at Chelsea. I don't think they're gonna send him out.
Yeah, so I think the point that you made earlier is a very solid point in terms of Chelsea's a club of me just think I'm a Chelsea fan, and sometimes we think we have too much than we can handle. Like we just think we have a lot of players. And because even if you look back, there are some players now who are in the Premier League, even Billy Gilmore, who is at Brighton. He was a Chelsea player, and him just couldn't break into the Chelsea team
Yes, yes,
week
yes.
in, week out, and it's not and that was not for a lack of talent or ability. Him just couldn't break into the Chelsea team until he ended up leave. And you see him play now in the Premier League, and you're
Yes,
like,
yes. And
wow,
he's doing good.
I wonder what could have happened. See, I think the same thing almost reached Gallagher too. And if right now on the look at things, Gallagher could possibly be looking to leave too. So I think so. I think while I'm extremely happy for the fact that Whisper was being linked to Chelsea and stuff. And I heard his agent was saying that him going to Chelsea to play first team football. Bro, me know Chelsea squad. Me know that Chelsea had many players before from Belgium and in places they were supremely talented and wonder kids and whatever. And just the system of the club never allowed them to come through. So you never even have to do with them ability either too. It's just because me look at Omar Hutchinson playing in the championship, and I'm like, what is happening I'm look at Chelsea's playing in the position,
Yeah,
and I'm like,
yeah,
what's happening at Chelsea
But Brian, Omar Hutchinson was different. They guaranteed him game time. But not the amount that he wanted for
Yeah, no,
certain.
JD, what
So
me I
that
say
was
is
the
here.
difference.
Yeah, but what me I say, JD, what me I say, I'm looking at him playing in the championship, and I'm saying him not being at Chelsea doesn't come down to his inability. It's just the system of the club.
Yes, I
So
know, I know, I know.
I'm equally saying, if Whisper don't come through or even get a chance to play for Chelsea, it's not an indictment on his ability, but it's just the way the club is. So that's what I'm saying. Even though it was a good news, yeah, him linked to Chelsea and stuff, I was a bit worried about how that would play out because I know how Chelsea is as a club, and I've
Okay.
seen it happen to many other players in the past. So while I was happy for him, I was concerned that this could happen to where he's there, him doing well, or he is performing at a level, and because of how the club is, him don't break through. And it's not unique to him.
No,
It's
no,
I
not at
mean,
all, not at all.
even this young player that came in today and started that name Gilchrist, he's one of the top players out of the U21 teams.
Yes, yes.
And and the truth is, coming to that and play well, but we may never see him in a permanent fixture in Chelsea team too.
Never ever. And I can bet you
Yeah.
you will see Washington in it more than him. How much you bet me? And Washington never started today, but watch. Because remember, it's where you're coming from and who you is, You understand me?
And the position where you play too.
And the position where you play as well. So we have to factor that in.
Yeah, because and if you look into it too, in recent times and even now, Chelsea have been making a lot of investment in those type of attacking players, wingers and forwards and attacking midfielders and them stuff there. So yeah, it's kind of a little bit. I was looking, I was doing some research. I haven't seen where Whisper has signed for Chelsea, so I don't know if it's January now. So early days in January. I mean, window closes on the 31st or 30th or somewhere thereabouts. So I mean, something could happen between now and then. But yeah.
Oh, you're why are you doing research to see if he's on the books, like in any one of the teams then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like if he's signed to the club. That's the only inside.
Yes. But for me, I remember before because I saw Juras here, Curtain Boss look like he came in and never got in a chance. Sorry about that. But Brian, I was looking at the same thing, but I remember I came to my conclusion to say that I did not believe that you needed the window. I heard Jason Leroy trying to convince me otherwise, that we needed a window for him to play. And he never came from any club. He never played for a club in his life. So I asked my friends again that sells player, and they're saying that if it never played for a club, you don't necessarily have to wait on the transfer window. But they keep on telling me that he has to wait. So I don't know if it's in England specifically that happens. So I'm going to try and search for any one of the Africans then, because Africans will be the best one that I can use. Players that never played for any registered clubs and get signed in the Premier League. So I'm going to do some research on that. Late ones, because you can still find them. Late ones.
Well, the transfer market is saying that he's signed to the Chelsea under 18. That's what they said.
Yeah, but that was saying that a long time. That was saying that a long time.
Okay, so I don't know, but I'm hopeful though that it will work out and him get an opportunity. I mean, because I think one of the things too is maybe just either an opportunity because
yes,
this kid name that was in the he was in the Chelsea team in the preseason,
Miss Barstow?
No, hold on. Let me tell you his name.
Barstow is the other forward. Which position are you looking for?
No, man.
So I can give
come from Netherlands.
Okay, me know you talk. Me know the wing back you're talking. The wing back. He's mad. He's mad good.
Young players.
He's mad good.
And he's one of those young players that impressed the team in the preseason tournament over in America.
Yeah, but Brian, he was playing international football. He's big in Netherlands,
Yeah, so just I said, as a young player, he get an opportunity to be amongst the squad.
Yeah.
And him show him work, and then them like, okay, we can't loan him more. Let's keep him in and around and him getting an opportunity. So that's what I'm saying. I'm saying if Whisper was able to get an opportunity, maybe him can force him in that way.
But me like how you talk. Me like that is a person that's tracking players, tracking the progression of football, and giving an accurate reading. But the way what people never liked is just the way these people talk, as if like this guy will leave from Jamaica, never played much professional football, never go into much professional systems, and will be a part of the main team for Chelsea. The first thing you see, if things had stood the same place, like the same manager was in, I could say that is possible. But when he signed, or when we heard the ruckus about when he signed, it's a complete new coach came in, which is Pochettino and stuff. So I'm saying that how can we keep on saying the same thing from before? Because how bad that would have been for Chelsea to say that you have the same game plan to pick the same players them forcefully, and not the next coach coming in as a new coach. As a new coach, look at his players them and then pick his list of players. So it just never made
Yeah,
sense from
and
that point.
Pochettino would have had people who him work with too, who have scout young talents for him too. So
Thank you, but that is my problem. So I'm saying, why are we saying things and you have a new coach coming in? So I would have believed you if it was the older coach still there, because it's a new system. So that's why I had my little guard up to say I can't believe this thing. I have to wait and see it before jumping to believe it, because every coach has to set their system. And when I heard Pochettino came in and said, yes, we have a lot of players, but I still want to put points on the board. So I'm not going to be here trying to just feed out teams and not want to qualify. I want to win games. So it's a mixture between growing the young players then, but also winning games. When I heard him said that, I said, okay, now I understand. It's not going to be every young player getting no chance. You're going to go on loan, because maybe he had Hutchinson and those guys in mind. But Hutchinson and those guys are not confident to say they're going to stay next year and waste their career there and get 5 games. So they're going to go elsewhere. So with him seeing Hutchinson and those guys leaving, he's saying, oh, others can do the same, because maybe Hutchinson and Barstow and those are the guys that I wanted. But their patience with Chelsea was kind of exhausted, because it's 2 years in a row, people promising them that they're going to get more game time and couldn't get it. Yes, so that was my little gripe, why I never really flat out jumped to believe it, and said I would wait. But hopefully it works out for the kid. But as what we are showing you guys, it's a lot of guys are there. A lot of guys are there, and Chelsea's a club that is tough. Tough, they don't care about anyone. Nobody gets preferential treatment. It's just whatever system sets up at this point. So it's Pochettino sets up in house, and he's going with his thing. And
yeah,
Pochettino,
you
yeah, go ahead.
you know what I'm
JD,
too?
not only,
Got you through us.
yeah, man, not only there's a lot of guys with more professional minutes than him. So it's going to be super difficult, bro. Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, Brian, go ahead, Brian. But all I was just saying is I'm hoping for the best,
And I agree with that point with JD. And the next thing too, is people have to look on and try. Well, I don't know if most people know this, but Chelsea is one of those clubs that have a very good academy system, in England, and produce a lot of players. And also, outside of the fact that them produce players, them also buy a lot of players for their academy. So if we are thinking that them buy a lot of players for the first team, them probably do equal, them probably bring in equally the same amount for them under 18s and them academy teams there too.
Agreed.
What you find out is them will always have the best of the best in terms of young players and being in them system and whatever. So and then now what you find is once them players reach 18, 19, 20, them gone. And majority of them loan out, or I think now that them have the team in, what the team name? In Europe, Strasbourg or whatever the team name. Where that's the next place too where they buy players and them loan them to that club. And them have other clubs too in Netherlands that them loan out a lot of players too. So yeah, it was never going to be leave from Kingston College and go play in the Premier League. Like, I don't know if nobody did believe that, but the football really works already.
Yeah, so see the kid what I'm talking about. So he's highly rated, man. His market value is starts at 9 million. 9 million, and he's 18. He's 18 years old. They brought him in. Remember, I've talked about the new rule for Chelsea for Premier League, where you can bring in certain amount of players because they don't have the mixture of actual football, like professional contracts. You understand me? So you always have a level. Either you're going to pay the 10 million for them, either you're going to pay the 10 million for them, or you're going to have to use the waiver for a few of them. He's one of them that's on the list as players as well. So Chelsea already exhausted that point of amount of players that can actually be registered with the new rule. You understand me? And it goes to show you. All right, so they're okay to pay above the 10 million mark for this kid at 18 years old to get here. You understand me? So that tells you their intention. All right, yes. So let me watch this one. We'll watch this one. I'm gonna give you all the names for all the players, them, just for you to kind of learn who they are and where they are coming from. As you could see here, in 2023, market value 4 million. Club Santos, 18 years old, and to Chelsea 9 million, and that's where his contract stays at this point. All right, good player, good
JD,
player.
can tell us, I can tell you, I'm not a footballing agent or intermediary or scout or anything like that. But we can say this: if I had the opportunity, as we are told that was presented to Whisper, join Chelsea Football Club or to join Newcastle or any other one of the top teams in England from position 10 go to 1, bro, I wouldn't, as a young 18-year-old player with no professional minutes and being from a different country and whatever, bro, I'm not going to Chelsea. And I am a Chelsea fan. If Whisper was my kid or my relative, I would strongly advise against going to Chelsea. Because, and here's the next reason why too. Chelsea is one of those clubs that even if the first team coach, bro, come, get signed and guarantee you say yes, you're going to come and get minutes. Chelsea is one of those clubs you can't make that bet because he could be in today and out tomorrow. Like Chelsea is one of those clubs. They're not afraid of them sub managers left, right, and center, bridging.
Facts.
Them just and them not have no reservation for that. They just come and you and them now work, them just suck you. And when the manager gone, you don't have no guarantee, bro. So
yeah, so it's not a place of guarantees. So I think most people, because you had a lot of sensible people in this dialogue, you know, a lot of people, and most of the sensible seeing human beings were always saying what you're saying. You know, it does make sense with the guarantees and certain things because you're not known as any worldwide wonder kid and you're not valued 200 million. And they have done this to Salah, De Bruyne, Lukaku, and they were known as generational talents from them time there because De Bruyne was always known as a generational talent. Lukaku was always bigger than everybody from his 2 years old. From his 2 years old, he's bigger than everyone. You understand me? So everyone knew the talent that these guys had. They are bringing in kids that have already valued more than the threshold to get into in England at the same time. And the good thing is you are just a couple months older than them, so no, younger than them. So you can't so your development spurt that you should be getting because they are coming from professional system. He's coming from Santos. You understand me? So your little space where you should get to progress and the treatment, the special treatment that you should get to reach the next level. You can't even get that because they're paying attention to these other kids, and that's what you have to look at, and that's why you have to measure yourself where you go. You know.
There was this player at Chelsea. His name has slipped me now, but he's from Belgium. He was a top talent. He was at Chelsea when Hazard was there too. Even Hazard brother was there with Hazard too. And
Torgan Hazard was there. Torgan Hazard.
He had to leave. He had to leave it like
yes.
Them load him out. But there was this other
Couture come from Belgium. Torgan Hazard came from Belgium. Eden Hazard came from Belgium. Lukaku came from Belgium. It was winger. Dries Mertens. Dries Mertens?
No.
Dries Mertens was not here.
Chelsea. No, he was at Chelsea. I'm telling you, he was at Chelsea.
Let me see which one you're talking.
And then him get an injury and him come back and them just make him contract run out. Him go in the Spain now. I think he left and went to Spain, you know.
I'm trying to figure out which Batshuayi was at Chelsea. So Batshuayi you're talking. Yeah, I'm
No, it's a
trying
little
to.
black kid, man.
I am trying to remember
Um,
who is that, because I'm naming out everybody, you know.
um soon tell you.
Yeah,
Him
yeah.
name slip me now.
I think, yeah, man. I think the U20s are one of him. That's the best place for him to go and just keep on learning. As what we have always said, it's always about football and just keep on learning, keep on improving. Maybe the attention won't be on him, and that would be for the good thing, because what that does, it help you to find yourself. And I honestly believe that that kid need to find himself. His last
So
name start with
question,
M.
JD.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead, Big Boss. Come on to shut down. You know.
Yeah. So you think and this question is posed to you and Brian as well. So you think like just like how Lembikisa went to a club like Rotherham, right? You think that would be the
Musanda.
best bet for Whisper to do something in that manner to accumulate game time? Because to me I think that would be
But
a good choice.
I know
Yeah.
we're talking about a Jamaican player, Juras, but you have to
Yeah.
always look at it. If you're signed to Chelsea, you're signed to Chelsea. Other clubs have to want you. It's not the same as to Mr. Butler talk. It's not the same reality out there. I don't think
Charlie
this big
Musondo.
this big hype.
Charlie
Yeah, man.
Musondo.
I Musanda. They said, yeah, yeah. So I don't think the need for the player was, the in demand for the player was not as high as what Mr. Butler and we in Jamaica trying to describe. So I don't think he can choose where he goes. I think he has to figure, the club has to work on something for that. You understand me? Because remember, a person not going to pay your wages. And then you can't deliver for them in certain time. Because if he's going down, he has to do like Macy Barstow, and he has to do like Hutchinson and those guys. He has to play now. They are not going to develop anybody for anybody, and that is the big difference. And I don't think he's in demand like that. I think he has to just play in the youth 18s or the 21s and develop and learn and get his craft up. And then maybe next year, if he doesn't break into the main team for Chelsea, then he can go somewhere else, or maybe they can work out a deal with somebody else where Mr. Butler know and can work out. But I don't think the demand as to what they're saying is as high. I think he has to just work with what Chelsea has in store for him. And at this point, a lot of people in the under 21s, man value 10 million in under 21s. So if they can play the under 21 games, who is whisper not to play the under 21 games? I don't see I don't see the big deal. He stays there whenever he's there, and play a game and learn football and watch these other guys progress, and you try to progress with them as well. At least you have some benchmarks, because man in the under 21 value 30 million and they can't make the main team. And it's not because they are not good. It's because of the other persons ahead of them and the amount of people you can register to a Chelsea's roster. So they have 400 players or 300 players, and you only can register 28. You understand me? So you have to just keep on improving yourself. So try improve your game, try learn football, try educate yourself before even talking about going other places. I don't even think Whisper is on that level to say that he needs to go to somewhere else. I think he needs to learn football. He needs to learn football, just like Hutchinson, Barstow them took the year off, learn the football, what Chelsea required of them, then go out, display themselves, and then come back and decide their future. I think Richards is just in the first phase of Barstow and Hutchinson. That's what I think, Juras. That's what I think. So I don't think it's what
Yeah, yeah,
we in Jamaica
JD.
look at it as. Yeah,
Yeah,
go ahead, Juras,
JD.
Brian.
Um, I would agree with you. Because bro, everybody who come from an established footballing background
Mm-hmm.
that come to Jamaica, they tell us the same thing. We are nowhere close to the international or the world standard of football, bro. Not in our development, not because make no joke about it. Leon Bailey was born here in Jamaica,
Mm-hmm.
played some football here in Jamaica, but the crucial years of his development
Overseas.
was in Belgium, overseas. That's
Mm-hmm.
where I'm gonna learn how to be a pro, bro, because we don't have the system out here to do that fully. No
Yeah.
matter what we say, we do not. So it was never just going to be like me say, leave Jamaica, play Manning Cup and go play Premier League, brother. You can't. We not have that system there to do that. And I mean, and
Even though he
being
had
here,
even though he had more experience than others, it is still become a
yes,
challenge. Because we have to make sure we put it
yeah,
in that
because
he
even
had
though him play
experience. Mm-hmm.
international football and him there around and whatever, but there's a difference when you go up on an international camp for 7 days, brother. As
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
opposed to when you're in our
Facts.
system every single day, day in, day out, you live, you're over there, you don't have no family, you don't have your friend them can go check. You have to just be a professional day in, day out, adapt. You have people from many different cultures, many different languages,
Mm-hmm.
all of this, brother.
Facts. Facts.
All of
Facts.
this, it is a lot more difficult to adapt to than people is making it out to be. It's not as easy, bro. It's not as easy. I mean, I just talk about at Chelsea. It could have been any other club in England
That's
or
why
even
I've just
Championship or
Brian.
whatever.
That's why I've just said that. That's why I've just said that. And Tycoon, we are not talking about the player if people never requested it. So people ask us this. We talked on the last stream, and that's what I've done. I've just compiled everything, watched the people that people wanted we to talk on, and we came here. So don't say this player is the most talked about every day. No, I've gone days not talking about these players. If they are not on the list, we
Yeah,
don't
but
talk about them. You know.
Tycoon, you make it seem like we're there try to fight down the kid, bro.
but
We're not doing
but
that.
I don't think
If we were trying,
Brian
if we were
Brian,
trying
most
to
time we
fight
just
him
an
down,
attack. Brian, most time we just attack, even a positive attack. I don't think they actually listen. And I've
so
learned that a
one
long time that they don't listen to what we are saying.
yeah, but if we were trying to fight him down, we would have said, okay, you're a fully professional player, have what it takes. If Chelsea not getting a game, a bad man and them a fight you. And bro, we are telling the truth. Yeah, and like me say, the situation is not unique to him, bro. You have hundreds of other players from all over the place that went to Chelsea, and all of them fall victim of the same system,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
where the club is not set up in a way for players to come through the ranks.
Agreed.
It's not, brother. Let me show you the next point. When Leon Bailey was at Genk,
Mm-hmm.
and I sting it up, his name was being rumored around Chelsea. And at that time, he was a far superior talent than Whisper is now. Mr. Butler never seen him go to Chelsea. He never seen him go to Chelsea, Out of fact, a lot of people were saying him should come to England, and Mr. Butler, same one say he need to take a next step. And where him send him go? Germany. Go Germany, dominate, and him leave Germany and come to England. In him first year in England, he never dominate. He had injuries, him manager decision, him never get out of playing time, etc. etc. And now in him second season, since him dead for a year now, him understand the
No,
climate.
I'm not barely second season. I'm barely third season this.
In third season, sorry. Yeah, where him become more acclimatized now. Him learn as a professional player too, Him learn, him grow, and him
Yes.
understand the nuances and how to go about in business. And yeah, him find a manager now too, where believe in him and him because that's the next thing too, You can be a very good talent, You can be a very good talent. You go to a club and you find a manager who just don't believe in your brother and now give you the opportunity and the minutes. And you just end up look like an average player, even though you have ability far more than what them get credit for.
Yeah.
Because that's how
I
professional
agree. I
football,
agree.
Sometimes
Because
you play in a club and the manager have a different plan for you than what you think you fair do.
or the manager have a different plan overall in his system, and you are not prioritized in that system, and maybe you're a luxury player that requires being prioritized in a system. and then you can't feature at the level in that system, and you just don't turn out, and you're still at a good level, but you just never got the opportunity to display it, because the system is what is the most important. So I do agree with you. A lot of talents, a lot of times they go to wayside, and then you see them at the next club and said, then we never get the best out of the player there, but because the other player them where you see a shine, so for instance, like what we said, Aston Villa, because I want to wrap up, I want to wrap up this show, and then tomorrow I will return. You have my boy there playing one on the side to always keep the balance, and then they have to choose between Diaby or Latibeaudiere to see what both of them. Magin would be on one side, because the system what the coach plays with, it's of a dominant right-handed attacking system rather than the left-handed side. But also the left-handed side is more defensive and always ready and waiting to shift the umbrella. So the player from the left-hand side have to be more of a Bobby Reid type player, and then the right-hand side gets the luxury to go forward. So Magin could have more ability to go as a forward player, and be even better than Diaby or Lembikisa, but he doesn't have that chance to show it, because he can't focus on attack fully, because the priority is for the next side, because they might not have that ability to do what he's doing. You understand me? But they are better at it. The coach perceives them as better as attacking players, so they use the right hand side to prioritize the right hand side attacking than most. Magin still did his best when he can, when they are stifling people in half presses. He still does his best to come forward, but most of the time he plays like a wide midfielder, and the rest of them play as a wide winger. So most of the time Aston Villa using one wing type player and one as a left midfielder. You understand me? So that's what I'm saying. So I'm just explaining to you, say sometimes some players can go other places. So if Magin moves to the next place and then put him at a winger, and you see him score 15 goals, 20 goals, because he has a different role there, but that wouldn't mean he's a bad player at or a less attacking player at Aston Villa. It's just the duty that he gets at Aston Villa, and he's carrying out his duty. And then Lembikisa and Diaby gets the more free license to be more sure boats type player. That's what I was saying.
Yeah. Point well said, bro.
So I agree with you there, big time Brian. I agree with you big time there. So a lot of players you don't see the true talent from them because of the systems them from other clubs, and you get paid to do their job. They get paid to do their job. So it no matter how good you claim to say you are, if you can't fulfill what they want. Because remember, you can say you can score 17 goals, but if you lose 18 battles and isolate their fullbacks after being a winger, they're gonna say, boy, I can't take a risk then, Brian. Because no care how good you claim to say you is, you can't defend. You can't hold up nothing at all. And my team, if you don't score your goals, you have to be good going forward, but also 100% finisher on the attacking end to even take as a reliable option. You saw how limited they become when you can't fulfill the whole thing. So that's why you see some players just don't get by. Period.
Yeah. Agree with you, bro. Agree with you 100%. But JD, me have to run, so
yeah, man, do you think, man? Yeah, all right. All right, and we kind of end right here. So thanks for all the people coming in. I'm going to give Julius a time to say his final piece, but we have our 118 here. We have not hit 100 likes on it, so we will leave this video until it passes the time. All right, we don't have the excitement and the drama, the over-the-top dramas them in the titles, so you guys maybe never came in, not knowing that we're going to talk about some of your players as well. Yes, but that is perfectly fine, because as what we said, we always talk about the players them even if they don't score, but you don't know because you don't click, and you only turn up when they do score. But players can play good and they don't score as well. So Juras, give your take on, or give your final point, and we can chop it up on tomorrow, or not tomorrow, Monday. I will return. We're not hearing the Juras. Look like your mic going out. Alright, it looks like Juras has some slight mic problems. So hopefully he comes back. But I really wanted to run. I'm still sick, guys. Alright. I'm taking the medication and everything to get up to the level. But I am much more mobile than before. Alright? Yeah, man. So alright, look at Juras is out. So guys, we will join you again. So if you're new to the channel, please do consider join this the channel of strong conversations, and we have to just start the talk what we see, and get it out there, and then once things changes, we can change our stance on something, because that would mean more information would have been on the table so we can assess it as well. We are not stuck in our ways. We go with how the information presents itself. So I only can talk on that time of the information. So hope you do understand and comprehend it well. Alright, so take care, smash the like button on your way out, share, and definitely subscribe. Bye bye.